What's up YouTube? Welcome to my new video. Today we're gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna well, let me pull up the website hold on. I'm gonna be looking into some typography. So obviously, like I said, when I'm designing, I want to know what's going on and what's up. This is gonna be here for later reference as well, because I'm not gonna remember all of this, but it's gonna be here, just in case. And then the most important thing is when I get started, like actual hands-on. Right now it's just some background and stuff like that. But this is from Hack Design. So let me pull it up right here. And I'm on lesson 2. It's the first one, and then lesson 2, typography. And I'm almost done. I've already gone through all of these. I watched the documentary of Helvetica, so I guess let's do like that. And then this shaping game that I did, I'll do one real quick, but it does take some time. And bonus material, which is this typography thing. Basically, this game, you guys can go on it. All it is just boom. I'll do another one because that was kind of easy. I don't know if it's supposed to align or something like that. I think it's supposed to align with this. What these are here. I'm not sure though. Let's compare it. 54. It's not supposed to align. I'll do one more. Alright. For this one, I'm using no method. I'm just going off of memory. There we go. Looks pretty even. You can use these tools on, like, Photoshop, I think, has these tools. This one looks a little bit over. There we go. Wow, that looks good. Similarity 86. Boom. Okay, so you get the idea. You can do up to 10 and so on. This is how you actually make all types, like fonts and stuff like that. But look at this, all the little stuff. You know what I'm wondering right now? I'm wondering, let's see, font making software. What do they use? Like, what do pro typographers use? Like, what's the pro? Like, what's the actual? It's Font Lab. I seen in the video, I seen people use this. I believe it was this one. And also, there's a lot of people that like to draw the font, and then they draw it on grids. Just with the pencil or whatever, or pen or whatever. And then they put it onto the computer. Which I'm assuming if you do it that way, I'm assuming you can do, like, if you get scanned and stuff like that, I'm assuming you can do probably Illustrator or something like that. Yeah, so I guess this is the main one because it's a premium one. That's what I was looking for. Like, what's like the main one that people use? Like for video people, it could be like Adobe Premiere, stuff like that. So I'm guessing for this one it's that. And then what is this over here? Open source. So open source, that usually means it's free. I'm not gonna download it because I don't feel like creating any fonts right now. But wow, that's pretty cool. If I ever did want to create a font, I know where to go. My favorite font as of right now is the Apple font, which is San Francisco font. I dig it. It's basically Helvetica New. I don't know how you say new. I don't know how you say it, but it's basically that, but a little better. It's like, it looks like it's condensed. I don't know if this is the official one, but it looks a little condensed. It just looks good, you know? San Francisco. Roboto, that one looks pretty good as well. Helvetica. Helvetica's like the go-to. Helvetica, I believe, was the first one, and then Roboto and all of these, San Francisco, they're all based on Helvetica. Helvetica's been around. I mean, I just watched the movie, so I kind of know a little bit more. But it's been around for a while, bro. So it's been around, I think it was like the 40s or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it's been around for a really long time. So anyways, I just feel like downloading software, but I'm not going to use it. So it's like, I'm not going to download it. So where was I? I was right here. So right here, so I kind of, let's see, size, the power of X heights. Because it's talking about these heights over here. It's talking about how in, it's what, like in preschool, like in first grade or kindergarten, they teach us that when you're writing on paper, that the S is the middle. It's like at half of the full. If that makes any sense? I feel like I'm not making sense, but if this was the full, you know, like if this was the full paper or whatever, they teach us that this is halfway, but it's not. It's a little bit more than halfway. And then this goes a little bit above the line, that's on the line, and then it goes a little bit. The curves go like, I mean, you can barely see it, but it's like a little bit below the line. And then the Y's, they all match up like with the G's and stuff like that. Obviously, humans don't type like this. Like, we're not, you know, all our letters are different. You know, like, they don't come out the same, so that's what it means, X height. So that's what I was trying to say, like over here, what I meant by X height. Scallop, 32 points, so they're all 32 points. The typeface is measured from the top of the capital letter to the bottom of the lowest descender, plus a small buffer space. Okay, so this right here, top of the capital letter, and then this is the lowest with a little bit of buffer space. So 32 point Scallop Pro, so that's normal. Interstate regular, which is this one. The set width is the body. The set width is the body of the letter plus the space beside it. This looks kind of squarey, to be honest. The E looks kind of long. I have no clue how to read this, bro. Okay, so when two typefaces are set in the same point size, one often looks bigger than the other. Differences in X height, yeah, like this one right here. It's the same. Well, it's a little bit bigger, and it's bold. Line weight is bold. And set width affect set width. Yeah, like the width of the actual letter affect the letter's apparent scale. This comes down to a science, bro, to be quite honest. So it's kind of crazy, like when, you know, when you're adding fonts with CSS, like when you're developing. Obviously on my side, like if I was to do UI and stuff like that, I don't deal with much of that, because all I do is like pick out the fonts, download the fonts, and then pick them out and stuff like that. But when it's on the developer side, that's when you start deciding like the points and stuff like that. But later on, within this right here, there's gonna be a point where you're done with everything with all the UI, and you're gonna pass it on to the developer. And so they gotta know what size is everything, because they can eyeball it. But you know, it'd be easier if you can just, if on your design you're like, okay, this one's gonna be a font 35 point, and they're gonna see it, and they need to see that it's 35 point. Because when for the client, what I'm gonna do is the design. Whoever they want to pick for developers, I have a couple developer friends that I could recommend. But if they have their own thing, like say it's a company that has their own developers, then you know they could do their own thing. But and then so whoever they choose, they can they'll know the sizes and everything, the thicknesses and all that. They call it line weight right here, not thickness. So I'll take this off because I'm gonna use it. So okay, so there's Mrs. Eves rejects the 20th century appetite for supersized X heights. The typeface inspired by the 18th century designs of Bakerville is named after Sarah Eves, Bakerville's mistress, housekeeper, and collaborator. The couple lived together for 16 years. So this looks like it's really small, really small. So let me Google that real quick. I just like Googling stuff, you know, because I don't know, to get to know it a little more. 32 point, what was it? Miss Eves. It's not even on here. It's probably not used too often. Oh, look, it's the same thing. Did I download something? What did? Oh. So it's like a little font book, character set, stuff like that. It's pretty chill. It could be modern, like when you, if I was to make a website like this could be like a medium type of font. It could look good. It all depends on the stem, I believe. This is not stem, or what's it called? It's the stem, yeah, the stem, and then the serifs. Modern fonts usually don't have serifs, but you can, like this right here. This website looks modern, right? Simple, to the point, and look, it uses serifs. It uses like I don't know what. I mean, I don't know what it's called and stuff like that. I don't know until exactly right here, but it does use serifs like on the L's and stuff like that. And it uses a, what's it called? A finial on this right here. Finial. That's pretty much it. Mr. Big versus Mrs. E. Oh, okay. It's like the Mrs. Eves, Mr. Eves. Oh, I didn't know there was a Mr. So it's basically the same, just like a Helvetica type of, without the serifs. What's it called? Sans serifs? Sans serif? Serif font. Serif is a sans. I think sans is no serifs. There we go. So it's the exact same thing, just, whoa, no it's not. Because this one thins out. This one's like straight through. This one, in this example, it doesn't thin out, but in this example, it thins out. Sans serif. That's what most, like if you go to Google and stuff, most of them are sans serif. That's like the new thing. But we all knew that. You just don't know the names. Like I didn't know the names. I just, like there's all these names for like different types of just letters and stuff like that. Well, actually, it's not. Serif, sans serif, sans serif. It's just those are all the same. Never mind. I thought it was all different ones. Minimal. Okay, so modern, minimal, magnificent. SANS. It does not have a small projecting. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was reading over here. Oh yeah, it says Helvetica. We all know what Helvetica is. Helvetica. And what? Arial, I believe, is. Let's see. That, okay, let's see. That's sans serif. But there's Times New Roman. That's my favorite regular serifs. Regular serif. It's my favorite because that's what we used to use back in middle school and stuff like that. For pages. And then later on in high school, they started letting you use Arial. But yeah, they used to use a lot of, what is it? Times New Roman. It looks classic, like it doesn't look bad, it just looks chill, you know? Like it looks like it could be used in a website like this. Like you can use Times New Roman. But you just gotta be good with the styling, which is what I don't know, like what can you pair it with so it could look modern? Because if you just make a website off of purely that, then it might look a little old. Like maybe use like the gridding, the way the website is laid out, the way the hover, the animations. Maybe do all that modern, and then for the font leave it old, like the Times New Roman. That way it could balance out. But I'm not sure. So it's Helvetica. Also, Helvetica's really close. Wow. Yeah, so it's really close. Oh, and these are all 32, huh? Oh, I see. Yeah, the X is really close to the top. And then the 32 is like a little, like towards the middle almost. Okay. And then what else? The X side of a typeface affects its apparent size, its space efficiency, and its overall visual impact, like hemlines and hairstyles. X heights go in and out of fashion. Bigger type bodies become popular in the making letter forms look larger by maximizing the area within the overall font size. Oh, why am I reading this? I just noticed that's the type of so it's using Helvetica. I'm over here reading it, bro. Okay, Miss Eves. All is good. Or wait, maybe it does say something. Hold on, because if it's huge X size, Helvetica can remain legible at small sizes. Setting 8 points for a magazine. This is 8 points. That's not bad at all. Hold on. Let's see if we got Helvetica. Helvetica, 8 points. That was not 8 points, bro. Or maybe this is pixels, I don't know. Because you can do it in different ways. But anyways, the same typeface could look bulky and bland. However, standing 12 points tall on a business card. Okay, the default type size in many software applications is 12. For me, it's usually 13. It used to be 12, but I've been seeing a lot of 13s. Like for example, like Photoshop and stuff like that. I can't think of any other software, to be honest. Like coding apps and stuff like that, like Xcode and stuff like that. It's been 13 points. And it's always points for the most part. It's never pixels. Pixels is mostly on what's it called? When you're coding. But I was taught to never use pixels. I was taught to use more like, because pixels, I was taught to use like EM or stuff like that, because when it comes to like when you want to make a website go to mobile, like it could be different because different screens have different pixels. Like obviously an HD screen is gonna have a lot of little pixels versus if you get like an old ass TV, those pixels are gonna be huge because those TVs are like 480, stuff like that, but same size, 480 but same size, like this right here. This is I think it's a 720, so it's still kind of, it's not HD, it's not full HD, it's regular HD, but wait, is it 720? I don't even know. I think it's 720 and not 1080. I'm not sure. And that's gonna, I don't want to make the video too long today. I'll end it right here. 25 minutes, that's better than yesterday. Thank you guys for watching.